Hi, I'm Dean Hill, and welcome to the Project House. Well, it's the middle of summer and it's peak cooling season. If you're anything like me, you want to learn how to save a couple of ducats on that summer cooling bill. Trees are a great way to cool the home and provide shade around some of the existing surfaces. I'm going to show you how a couple of strategically placed trees are going to go a long way into saving you some cash.
Most people don't realize that hard surfaces like driveways, sidewalks, and streets absorb and radiate heat all around your home. Shading helps cool these surfaces and can lighten the load on your home cooling system. To shade from the summer sun, concentrate on the southern exposure of your home. Planting a tree on the southwest corner will shade your home from the hottest sun of the day. At the Project House, we want to concentrate on the exposed surfaces like the driveway, sidewalks, and street. We want to place an ornamental tree between the two sidewalks and a shade tree at the street.
Now that we know exactly where our trees are going and how many we need, let's go someplace we can talk about tree selection. Now that we've covered most of the aspects of tree placement, what we want to talk about is tree selection. And I can't think of a better place to talk about tree selection than your local garden center or nursery. There's a wealth of information as far as people are concerned, and you can see trees side by side, and that might actually be beneficial when you're making your selection. So let's go take a look. There's a very simple way to categorize trees. We can break them down into shades, ornamentals, and evergreens. Shades are trees that are going to grow 40 feet or taller. They provide us with shade, and they're also a great place to hang our hammock. This maple right here would be an excellent selection for the place between the sidewalk and the street at the Project House. Ornamental trees are trees that are typically going to stay right around 30 feet tall or smaller, but they have some outstanding ornamental value, whether it be flower, foliage, bark coloration, or a combination of all three. This serviceberry right here would be a great selection for the place right next to our paver sidewalk. You guys ready to go look at some evergreens? Obviously, evergreens don't provide us with the shading benefits that the other trees do, but if we want to plant a windbreak or a screen, evergreens are an excellent choice for that. There's three things we want to keep in mind when we're doing that. We want to make sure that the screen is at least 50 feet away from the house. We want to plant it wider than the house, and we want to make sure that any tree that we put in there is going to grow taller than the house upon maturity. This Colorado blue spruce would be an excellent choice for helping break those harsh winter winds. So far we've talked about tree placement and tree selection. We've made our choices at the nursery. Now that's a little bit too much talking for me. Time to get down to doing some work. Let's go see how these bad boys look. Trees have arrived back from the nursery. The shade tree selection that we made that's going to go between the sidewalk and the street is a new elm introduction. It has shown a resistance to Dutch elm disease and was introduced as a cultivar from the Morton Arboretum in Lisle, Illinois. The ornamental tree selection that we made is a multiple stem or a clump crabapple, and it's going to give us great ornamental value as a pink bloom in the springtime and great fall color by producing this fruit in the fall. And it's going to go right between the two walks and the driveway. Now, my furry little friends, it's time for a little bit of sweat equity.
The elm and crabapple trees that we planted will go a long way in providing shade for the house and the surrounding hard surfaces.
By simply planting a couple of trees, you can save up to 30% on your annual heating and cooling bills. So, maybe money really does grow on trees.
Hey, get out of my yard.